Hello everyone, welcome back to the KMTRADERS channel. So this is the crypto weekly analysis, giving you pretty much an update, and we're going to explain, what we saw this week, and give you an insight of what we're thinking for next week or so. So I'm not going to talk so much about Bitcoin dominance as I always have been, because you pretty much guys know that already. If you are unaware of it, just have a quick brief view of our at the start of our other crypto weekly videos. They kind of explain everything, but essentially what we are explaining from last week is a potential sell-off, and we're looking for price to end up into the 28k region to break that low. So usually what we think with this is that if this happens with Bitcoin, it usually could have a ripple effect with the other coins. So that's pretty much my basis for this analysis for now. Now, even though that we've had this strength in the market, I do believe that it's still, there's no point in taking a buy right now anyway, just because of it's looking bullish. It's better to wait for a retest or at least some sort of retest. But I'm not really seeing any reason to buy just yet. I like this move towards the upside, but it's not necessarily convincing me to take a buy long term, in the sense where we could expect the 65k region to be broken. But like I said, this could always be wrong, and that's why we always prepare for the second scenario in the event that price does break the 65k barrier. So if this does happen, what we could expect is pretty much a reaction on this level. And if this does happen, I'll be expecting pretty much the next opportunity, and that's for waiting for a retest. So price should essentially come back down into this range, so within the 28k to the 65 range break. And if that does happen, we can literally look for another entry based on the retest. So we don't have to worry if we do miss out. There's multiple ways that we can get in on this pair. So it literally is just about sitting back and just waiting for price to do its thing. So with that being said, until price does break the 65k barrier, I'm pretty much not looking to buy. I'm only looking to buy until we break this lower region here. So yeah, that's pretty much where we stand, and let's just move this forward and take a look at the other pairs. So we're going to take a look into Ripple. So yeah, we can see pretty much there's been a slight sell-off in the market right now. I think that there's a possibility of price pushing up just once more. So I won't be surprised if that does happen. We could get a reaction at the $1.30 or 140 range, $140 dollar, or even 150 really. But ideally for me, I won't be looking, like I said with the other pairs, I won't be looking to take any buying opportunities until we've broken the high. So for this one it's $2. So for me, I'm not looking at any buying positions, because I think that we could have this possibility of turning back down all the way into the 50 cents. So that's pretty much my bias with that. And then once we get into the 50 cents region, we should be able to look for that buying opportunity for that big rally that we're looking out for. And that's the one where we want to put our money in. Okay. So let's take a look at Cardano. So Cardano again had actually beaten. Well, it actually has broken out of our range that we spoke about. So what we're essentially expecting for this, again, this was I think 2 weeks ago or a week ago. We've seen price push up higher and higher. I think most likely what we was explaining from last week is one more push higher, possibly into the $3 at least, and then we could expect a reaction in the sense where price crashes down into this zone here, into the $1 region. So I think again that could be that possibility. We can see that strength and divergence forming as well very clearly here. So I won't be surprised if this does come to fruition. I don't expect price to completely rally now. I think it is in store for at least one more move lower, and it kind of makes sense because Bitcoin needs to drop as well. So if that drop does happen, we should expect a similar thing with Cardano. So moving on to now Litecoin. Again, this has been playing out quite nicely too. We can see a bit of sell-off happening right now. Again, a lot of divergence, forming here. So again, just to recap divergence for you guys, is that this as peaks are going lower and lower, this peaks is going higher and higher. So that essentially means that there's weakness. Divergence meaning that it's just, you know, going different ways. So this is, you know, going higher and higher, and this is going lower and lower. So, you know, that's the loss of momentum and weakness here. So this could add into the fact that price could potentially drop off. And again, we are waiting for a bull buy. So I am bullish on this pair still. Well, pretty much all of the coins, except it needs to be in the right conditions, and for me it just doesn't look right now. It needs to potentially drop into the 3,000 mark, and yeah, we'll see how that goes from there. So Ethereum, again, I'm looking for price to drop off. We're pretty much stalling around this 3,000 to 3,500 range. Again, divergence is getting stronger, so I will be expecting either a drop off very soon, potentially into 1,600, 1,500, etc. But pretty much that's the expectation. And again, with the likelihood of price breaking this high, we do have the second scenario in the sense where we could expect a reaction and then some sort of retest along the way, and that's when we can get in. So we don't have to rush into that buying opportunity. Like I said, it has to be right, and there's no point, you know, rushing into it, because there's always opportunities that we can watch out for. So yeah, so finally with Dogecoin, again, we can see price rallying up. I think that there's still a possibility of price pushing up just a little bit higher maybe, but ultimately I'm not really too focused on this move here. I'm essentially keeping focused on the downside still, so I think that we can still get into the 15 to the 10 cents range. So very excited for, obviously, if this all does come to fruition, but again, we just have to wait once more, and in the case that price does completely smash and break the high, again, it's a similar story. We just have to wait for that retest and wait for price to come back to us in a cheaper price before we can look for a buy. So again, nothing too complicated here, pretty much a similar story from last week. That's why I don't want to take too much and ramble on, but again, if you are new to this channel, feel free to check out all of the other crypto weekly analysis, and also if you're interested in the Forex, we do have a trading group that you can join. That link is in the description, so feel free to check all of those links out in the description below. If you have any other questions that you'd like to ask me, reach out to me through my Instagram or Telegram, or you can leave the questions in the comment section below. So again, guys, thank you very much for listening and for taking your time to watch our videos. I do appreciate that, obviously, and obviously you do hope you get some value from this. So thank you very much for listening, guys, and we'll see you all in our next week's video.